Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just talking, he really does the work and takes his path seriously. You'll see him staying late or sticking to his plans, always pushing to finish what he starts. He's smart and knows how to organize himself, so his chances of reaching high in his career are strong.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When trouble hits at work, he's quick to get upset. You might find him raising his voice, snapping at people, or acting very tense. He's not good at calming himself or asking for support.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work probably see him as smart and hardworking, but not everyone will find him easy to get along with. He says what's on his mind without much filter, and he doesn't show much kindness or patience. He tends to focus on results more than relationships, so making friends at work isn't his strong suit.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he may feel uncomfortable or even a bit jealous instead of proud. He's used to measuring success by hard work and order. So your achievements might make him feel worried about his own standing. You might notice him making sharp comments or acting distant, struggling to show genuine happiness for you.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, there's a good chance he will secretly resent it or feel insecure. He's very focused on his own achievements and often compares where he stands to others, especially those close to him. This may show up in cold behavior, harsh remarks, or quiet sulking when the topic comes up.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's careful with money and likes to keep things neat and planned. You'll see that he sets budgets, keeps track of expenses, and avoids wasting money on things he doesn't see as useful. He's not one to make big risky purchases just because something catches his eye.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't try to show off or pretend to be richer than he is. He's practical about money, making sure he spends only what he can afford and avoids debt or risky choices. If you value someone who is genuine and careful rather than flashy, he fits that picture.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight both with money and his mindset. He isn't the type to spend freely on people or show warmth through gifts or help. It's not that he's mean, but he's just not open handed or quick to lend a hand without thinking it through first.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's more open and straightforward about money than secretive. He likes things to be clear, organized, and well managed, so he's likely to share details about what's coming in and going out. You probably won't have to worry about hidden expenses or surprise debts with him.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes housework should be shared, not just left up to you. He's practical and wants things to run smoothly, so he's likely to expect both partners to pitch in and help out at home. He would set routines or clear plans for who does what, treating chores like a team effort.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's likely to actually help with chores and diapers, not just stand back and tell you what to do. He prefers things to be neat and organized, so he'll roll up his sleeves and get involved when something needs attention. He won't be shy about pointing out flaws, but at least he won't leave you alone with all the housework.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
When there's a disagreement, he's much more likely to argue, to prove he's right instead of trying to understand your side. He doesn't have much patience for feelings or different views and will push hard to defend his point, sometimes raising his voice or using sharp words. If you want someone who listens calmly and tries to see your view, he might disappoint you.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose control and say hurtful things or act aggressive. He doesn't hide his feelings and might shout, use sharp words, or get extra tense. He won't just walk away quietly, expect drama or loud arguments.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. Even small problems or comments can set him off, and his temper comes out loud and fast. Yes, this is a red flag that you shouldn't ignore.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry or take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he often blames others, sometimes even you, to protect his pride. You might hear excuses or get caught in arguments where he turns the focus away from his own mistake.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He might have trouble fully respecting your boundaries and understanding that no means no. He's used to getting things done his way and can be pushy or stubborn, especially if he doesn't agree. Sometimes he may pressure you or try to argue past your wishes instead of stopping when you set a clear limit. Everyone deserves respect in a relationship.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, this is the kind of man who often takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He might get upset or act hurt, sometimes even making sharp comments or becoming distant because he sees your feelings as a rejection of him. It's important that your comfort is valued in any relationship.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
It's wise to be careful here since he may not always handle private moments with the care and respect you deserve. When he's angry or upset, he's likely to say sharp or hurtful things without thinking about how private or personal they are. If you value privacy and kindness, keep this in mind before sharing too much.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's likely to stay faithful and not get easily distracted by other women. He's more focused on his work and responsibilities than chasing attention or excitement elsewhere. His loyalty usually comes from wanting things to stay organized and right, not from strong feelings or romance.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He can be quite possessive, acting jealous, controlling, or suspicious at times. He likes things to go his way and struggles with trusting easily. So you may feel watched or questioned about your choices and who you spend time with. It's not a sign of care, it's his way of holding on to control and avoiding feeling insecure.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what he calls protective is actually a sign of being controlling. He may try to justify strict rules, jealousy, or constant checking in as caring for you, but it's more about his need to manage things and feel secure. This can slowly take away your confidence and independence over time.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's likely to see parenting as a team effort in terms of tasks and routines, not just leaving it all up to you. He will step in for practical chores, making lists, tracking schedules, and handling things that keep life running smoothly. He helps out, but his approach is strict and practical, not warm.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. Small mistakes or strong emotions from children can make him react quickly, possibly raising his voice, scolding sharply, or acting impatient. This can make it harder for them to learn from errors or open up about feelings.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may support your role as a mother by helping with tasks and routines, making sure things are organized and run smoothly. However, when it comes to seeing you as your own person with your own dreams, feelings, and independence, he can struggle. You may need to stand up for your boundaries and remind him that being a good mother doesn't mean giving up who you are.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who may support your career now but could ask you to quit after you have a child. He likes things to be organized and expects family roles to follow a certain order once life changes. You may need to be clear about your plans and stand firm if he tries to change the deal after marriage or childbirth.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth will probably be missing. He's good at showing basic manners when needed, but don't expect him to go out of his way to build close, friendly relationships with your family. He's not rude, but his caring doesn't show up easily or deeply. He's more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than making efforts to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's likely to make things worse, not handle it calmly. He reacts quickly and strongly when bothered. So, tension from your family could lead to sharp words, loud arguments, or cold behavior. You might feel stuck between two sides, trying to calm things down yourself.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem modern with you in private but expects you to act like a traditional supportive wife when his relatives are around. He can be strict about appearances and routines, wanting you to fit into family customs, show respect, and follow certain rules when others are watching. If you don't, he might get uneasy or criticize you after the fact.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his family, he's more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with them rather than stand up for you. He doesn't like conflict and often sticks to routines or what he thinks is right, so you may feel alone when problems come up. If you want a partner who truly stands with you, this is something to consider seriously.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is likely to be a mummy's boy. His loyalty to his mother runs deep, and he will almost always choose her side in a conflict. When disagreements come up between you and his mother, you may find him stepping back or quietly agreeing with her, rather than defending your feelings or viewpoint. If you want equal partnership and true support, this is a serious point to think about before moving forward.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He doesn't keep personal matters just between the two of you and may feel comfortable telling his family things you'd rather keep private. What this means for your relationship is that trust and privacy can be hard to find.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel like living with someone who is hardworking, strict, and demanding, but not very gentle or warm. Your days might be filled with routines, lists, and tasks, and he'll expect you to keep up with his standards.